What is that? What's
Hello,
up?
everyone. Yeah, go ahead.
What's up, Soil Brothers and Soil Sisters? Oh, Kim said, "Where's her bacon?" It's lunchtime, Kim. It's lunchtime. Bacon is good though. Bacon is good.
Bacon is good. Bacon is.
So
Y'all turn
we
my.
are back, y'all. I did go live earlier on Facebook for a few minutes. But now that I got the rabbit going and my squash going and my orders off, I can sit down for a few minutes and we can talk to Miss Andel Homestead.
Yay!
Yay! I talk about you all the time. I always say Andel Homestead, and I know people are like, "What did she say? And what is she talking about?" So we're gonna take a second and introduce Andel. We're gonna say hello in general to everybody. I know
Yes.
people are coming in, and as you come in, if you could be so kind to give us some type of reaction, hit the thumbs up for us, share us out, because what we are doing today is Andel is going to share some of her testimonies
Yep.
about some of our products, and I'm going to share a testimony for her product, which
Oh,
I have,
oh
and I
my
needed it.
goodness.
So we're gonna have conversations about arthritis and hormone imbalance and thyroid issues and all the yucky stuff that we are sick of and how we
Right.
overcome these issues naturally.
Yeah. And naturally is the trick, Cherie, as far as I've gone the pharmaceutical route, right? I've gone the pharmaceutical route like crazy. And it just was getting worse all the time. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you all are here. And a couple of people are saying two of my favorite ladies in one spot. What a good time. It is a good time.
Hey, Kayla.
But if you don't mind, I'll just jump right in if that's
Go
okay.
ahead.
I'm
So I
so
want you to introduce who you are. Let us know where we can find you, because
okay.
some people catch the replay. I
Right.
think we have both of our YouTube and Facebook here with us today.
We
So you are brand new to some people. Some
I
people they know Andel.
I'm
Um,
brand new to a whole bunch of people.
yeah. So we all want to get to know who Andel Homestead is.
That's awesome. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Andale Homestead. I'm Ann. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's big. That's big. Sherry and I started just about the same time on YouTube and then Facebook, and we've been buddies and pals for several years now. And what I try to do over on Andale Homestead is to share our knowledge, to share what we're doing in the garden, to share what we're doing with the chickens, to share what I'm doing as far as preserving food. I have a series on my channel that's called Be Ready, and I want you to be ready. And we can be ready on all sorts of things to help with hurricane preparedness or some sort of emergency in your home if your power goes out, the things that you might be able to use around your house that are kind of normal stuff that you could think of in other directions. I also try to bring a little bit of joy. There's a whole lot of bad out there in this world. So I try to bring a little bit of joy and sharing the love of the Lord, actually. So that's what Andale Homestead is about. And I appreciate everybody here.
So your Tuesday is what time is that?
Okay, on Tuesdays, I do have a regular weekly live at 11 o'clock.
Mhm.
And that is, it's choosing your attitude of the day to be able to
Ye-
bring some positive thought and
Yeah.
things like that. I also have a website as well, thanks to this lady kicking me in the butt and saying, "Yeah, that's what you need," of
I did.
andalehomestead.com.
I kicked her really, really light. It was a soft, nice, friendly kick, but I did kick her. I was like, "Come on, girl, we got this."
For every no that I had, she had a yes, and so she pushed me in the deep end of the pool, and it was wonderful. It was
That's right.
wonderful.
So now that we are in the deep end together,
Yeah.
um, congratulations on your website.
Thank you.
I know new things, and I said in the chat one day that new things are scary because it's new and unknown, and
Right.
we don't know. And the last thing we want to do is mess up. But
Right.
we have a forgiving God, and we have most people are forgiven also, and they understand that we are human, and
Yeah.
we all mess up. Nobody is perfect. So I'm proud of you for taking that leap.
Thank
Um,
you.
we did have our war with our printers,
Oh my gosh.
but we figured it out.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Even though I was passing it around like hot potatoes. I was like, go to Jesse,
Yeah,
call
that's right.
Karen. I don't know, but we
No,
made it.
Cherie, your mic is a little bit muffled, not a whole
Okay,
lot. It's a,
it
but
could be.
a little bit muffled.
Let's see.
Just so that I want people to be able to understand you. Yes, y'all. I mean, and you don't have to put me up on the big screen. We can be even. But I called Cherie. I got a printer just like hers because I thought, well, she'll be able to help me if I have any trouble. And after about 45 minutes to an hour of not being able to help me get that thing to work, she went, here's some YouTube videos, and I have all Android and Window products. Call Jesse.
Call
So,
Jesse. Phone a friend.
there you go. That's better. So I phoned a friend, and after about 45 minutes with him, he said, Miss Ann, here's some videos. I can't help you.
So I know a lot of people will not help people, especially when they are in the same niche, toward sort of like some people look at other people as competition,
Right,
but I don't think there is competition in this world when we are trying to do better and heal ourselves. I
right.
think the more the merrier, as we
Yeah.
all both say, we are stronger together. So
Yes.
that's why I didn't look at Andale Homestead as competition, because you make your own products.
Right.
No two products are the same. And I always tell people there's no such thing as copycatting anything, because I cannot do anything just like Andale Homestead, or
And
just like Sheila, or just like Jam Waits, or G Mama Grows. I can't cook bacon like Kim,
right.
but we both cook bacon. We
Yeah.
both do some of the same things. Jam Waits, she make tea blends. Those are her tea blends. So when we do things ourselves and we offer them to the world, um, I think when we are blessed to be able to offer products, natural products that can heal, I
Yes.
think it's great when we can come together rather than look at each other as competition, because
Right.
that is Andale's homestead. That's Andale's, and we
Yeah.
can't take nothing away from you. And what's Black's Tropical is Black's Tropicals.
That's right.
And
I can't
it
be a
is not
Cherie.
copying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not copying. So I love the fact that our community can come together and help each other, and I
Yeah.
love the fact that we were able to encourage you, because Bobby saw some of your struggles.
Yeah.
He saw some of your struggles, and he was like, "Get on there and tell her." And I was like, I didn't want to overstep, but I knew you needed a push.
I did. I do. I still do. So,
Yeah. So, but now you are here, and
yes.
we'll talk about however you want to start first. We'll talk about Andale Homestead products. So maybe we should go ahead and hit on your products first,
Oh,
um, so
okay.
we can see
Okay.
what do you make. I have a testimony of your products. I
Well,
did purchase. Bobby purchased me a new knife set the other day, and I was so excited about it. Black Friday, they have all these sales, and I
yeah.
wanted this knife set. And I guess I'm used to dull knives, so I don't know how to use a real knife now.
Uh-oh.
And I was cutting something open, and I sliced my finger right under the nail.
Oh, ouch.
And you know how those paper cuts are.
Oh, they're terrible.
They hurt like worse 2 days later.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, I cut my finger open and it was bleeding. So I got a cotton and held it for a few minutes. And I know I have things that I can put on it. Castor oil is what I would put on it. But I said, Andale sent me some calendula oil.
Yeah.
So once I got it to slow up bleeding, I dropped some calendula oil under my nail. And I said, I know it's going to hurt the next day, but I got stuff to do. And I forgot about it.
The next day, I totally forgot. And I just so happened to look down under my nail, and there was this cut. You
Oh,
could see it, but I couldn't feel it at all.
oh, that's awesome.
And the only thing I used was calendula oil, and I said, "Oh, that's gonna be great for paper cuts because I get them all the time." So every time, and Bobby always cutting and doing something to himself. So
That's
we're gonna
right.
be dropping a whole lot of calendula oil. So tell us some of the benefits of the products you make and some of the things you make because you're ready for Christmas and everything.
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Well, I appreciate that. The calendula has so many amazing properties to it. It's not unsimilar than the castor oil, and so what I used was a carrier oil of castor oil, good castor oil, and then you put the calendula in it and infuse it for several days. It has to cook and then set up for a couple more days, and then we get it bottled up. But the calendula helps with any kind of skin issues that you have. Y'all, I have psoriasis, I have psoriatic arthritis. And with that, not only comes the swelling joints and the pain, but also skin rashes really badly. And some people have it all over their body. I happen to have it worse with my hands and my feet, which is really kind of bad because your hands are the first thing that everybody sees when you're going out to say hello to somebody. And I have had some people kind of step back a little bit, being concerned. Can I catch what you got? Kind of thing, which you can't. So, out of desperation, hey, David, out of desperation, I was trying different things to try to see. I couldn't find things that were working. I tried the plain castor oil on my hands. I tried plain calendula on my hands. But when
Mhm.
I added the two together and I used it, now you have to use it several times, but I used it over a week or a couple of months actually, and my hands are clear, y'all.
They look
This
good.
this one's completely clear. This one still has some scars from where your hands would crack and bleed, and it's been so life changing. Yep, you have rashes that are going on for about 34 days. You noticed itching when you eat sugar or carbs. Well, Val, this stuff, the calendula infused castor oil, I just call it calendula oil,
Mhm.
really works great with all of that stuff. Now, let's see. I would love to do an online course. Okay. Well, Kanisha, these things are not hard to make. We can do these things together. That would be fun.
Yeah,
Uh,
and we like having these conversations. We get um backed up in courses all the time. So we just go live a lot and talk about
right,
these things because we can help more. And everybody can't afford some of these courses sometimes.
right.
Some of them are just paid courses, but a lot of times we just talk about how we can do this and help each other. The products we don't talk about how we make our products like our pain away. We do tell you the ingredients in it, but we don't tell you how to make it because we formulated these
Right.
and it was a lot of work. But other than that, a lot of things we shared because we
Yeah.
want you to help yourself.
Right.
I always say that our doctors don't heal. There are two healers. One sit high and look low, and we can never top his healing powers. And
Right.
then there's
That's right.
us. We heal
Yep.
ourselves.
Yep. Yep. Well, I
So
was
for a
out.
while,
Yeah,
go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, I was just saying it was out of desperation that what I was trying for all these medicines, pharmaceuticals for my arthritis and the skin rashes.
Mhm.
It was one medicine would lead to another side effect that I had to have another medicine for. That led to a side effect that I had to have another medicine for, and that voided out the first medicine. So here I had
Mhm.
to add on another medicine, and it was getting insane. Now, I'm not against I want you to be able to check with your doctors.
Mhm.
We're not doctors,
Yeah, for sure.
but we have certainly found such healing. I said, I've got to go back to God's plan. I have to find His herbs and things that are going on because um, I can't continue to do these pharmaceuticals. How long did it take to make the pain go away? Well, from my hands,
Mhm.
because I used something else I want to talk about that Cherie and Bobby make for my pain, but
So let's go back a little bit first because you stopped almost, you were just existing. I always say we want to
absolutely,
get to the point where we live. You didn't really do any gardening,
I couldn't.
cleaning, grocery shopping,
Mm-mm.
anything. It was hard. You got to the point where you couldn't open jars,
I could
bottles.
I couldn't pick up a coffee cup. I couldn't pour the coffee in my coffee cup without using both hands and my arms to try to do it because my fingers, it was as if someone was inside each joint banging, oh, banging it with a hammer. It was just unbelievable pain. And, we've all had the birth of a couple of kids, and, or I have had a birth of a couple of kids and a knee replacement. And it was never ending. You couldn't get yourself in a position where it was comfortable. It was a constant pain.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
I need
And
to,
of course, it always break our heart to see each other going through things. You we saw you going back and forth to the doctor. I
yep,
always tell I always tell your stories
that's great.
about when you go to the doctor and things are going on. Um, uh,
Yeah.
Me playing with the camera too,
That's
but
okay.
we
And you are blessed to have a physician that appreciates herbs and natural products. I, unfortunately, they look at me like I've got three heads and that I'm spinning around the spew and pea soup. Or I will say, well, I'm telling you, I'm using so and so and so. You need to tell your other people about it. And they're going, uh-huh, well, let's see what this medicine does for you. So I don't have very supportive physicians, but that's not unusual. That's not unusual. Oh, there you are.
playing with the
You,
camera.
yeah.
Um, so you said some of your issues you have arthritis,
Yes.
you have psoriatic
Uh-huh.
arthritis,
Psoriatic
um,
arthritis, like psoriasis. Yes.
you have
I have
thyroid issues.
thyroid issues. I have Hashimoto, which honestly, I think that the psoriatic arthritis and the psoriasis and all that stems from your thyroid, from the trouble that you have
Yes.
because your thyroid controls everything, all your
Mhm.
hormones and all those types of things.
Yes. You
But
have gut issues.
yes,
I've
I feel
been
like I'm falling apart, but you know,
I've been holding we've been holding your hands um for a while.
yep.
When we met Andale left us crossing the street in Virginia Beach one
Yeah,
time.
I
She
was
was
doing great.
yeah. But and then to see you things going on, it was like, wow, what do we do to help?
Right.
So we saw you going getting infusions, and yeah, the infusions made you feel good when you
Hmm.
got them
For a short time.
for a short time.
Hmm.
So now here we are. It's been close to a year, about a year, because I
Yeah.
know last year at the holidays you were. I need my infusion so I can enjoy my family.
Right.
Where are you now compared to um where you were? Let's see. I received my oil and I love it. I had a spot on my arm that came from a mosquito bite back several months ago that would not heal. I've been using 3 times a day for the last couple days and it's cleared up. Good job, Andale. Good job, Becky.
Yay! That's wonderful. That's the kind of stuff that really keeps us inspired,
Yes.
to continue on. And but I just was fed up. One doctor was leading to another doctor who was leading to more. Every doctor you go see has to draw blood, and they were doing X-rays and CT scans and endoscopies and all these various things. And it was, I could have made a career out of my doctor appointments. And Cherie was patient with me and said, well, how about maybe you try this? And maybe you try that. And y'all, I had some ulcers, no longer have ulcers. I do still have a little thyroid stuff, but it's 1,000 times better.
So what did you do for your ulcers? Because we get that question a lot. And I know people say, girl, you crazy. I'm not doing that.
It's nuts. And people go, oh, no, I can't do that. I've got indigestion or whatever, you know.
Because you did too. You said that at first. You were like, I can't take cayenne pepper. I got ulcers. And I told you, well.
Yeah, it was cayenne pepper shots, y'all. I put I have a 1/4 teaspoon thing, but I use about a half of that. So it's about 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Yeah, thank you, Celeste. I am so glad that I'm better. And I thought this stuff is either going to cure me or kill me because I just can't stand the taste of hot peppers. I don't like them. It's yucky. It's still yucky.
It is.
I mean, it's still yucky. But I put it in my mama's old jigger. She's got a liquor jigger. I put it in a little cup about like this and put some water in there and shoot that thing down. And I'm telling you, in less than a week, because I was living off of Rolaids and Digel and all those types of things, anything that would help with indigestion. And within a week, it seemed to get better. And the indigestion and gas bubbles that were in there began to dissolve and go away and not come. And then I stopped having the pains from the ulcers that were forming in there. I'm telling you, cayenne pepper is amazing. It's just, and then Cherie told me that what she does, she gets a big tall glass of water, and I was doing that as well. You sprinkle just a little teeny, it's just got a hint of cayenne in that water, and I put a little lemon juice in there to give it a tiny bit of flavor, and it has made the difference in my digestion, in urinary tract system, in all those types of things. It's just been wonderful. You need to order some more Pain Away and cayenne salve. Okay, that's awesome. And that would be at blackstropical.com, which would be awesome.
That's right. All medicine should be yucky. Yeah. The cayenne it's hard, especially mentally, because you thinking it's gonna burn my mouth.
Yeah.
And with me, I was like, I don't like hot stuff. But once you get that first shot down, it's like, oh, okay, that's not as bad as I thought it would.
Yeah, it's not. Mm-hmm.
But it helped so much, and that made me feel good to know that the cayenne helped you. So what else? What else do we have going on? And have you?
Good. Well, that cayenne pepper helped a lot. And you have a cayenne salve. I have a cayenne oil that's also infused castor oil with cayenne, and we use that for our sore muscles.
Good.
Those types of things. Oh, poor Brownie. He's an old little doggy, and he's coughing up a lung over there. I don't know if you can hear him or not. But y'all, I started using Bobby and Cherie's wild yam cream. You can see I've used it so much, there's nothing on the label anymore. The label up top is all messed up and stuff like that. You put cayenne in your applesauce. That's awesome.
That's a good idea. Mm-hmm.
Mother and godmother, who recently lost at age 100, passed away of old age. They always used cayenne red pepper on their food for as long as I can remember. My godmother took it by the capsule And I tell you, I use it on all my food now. I have no problems taking cayenne pepper at home. My husband's now doing the same thing. That's
Good. Good.
fantastic. That is fantastic. That's wonderful. I wonder if that would help for damaged esophagus. I have that from a medication I was allergic to. Well, Becky, I had when I had an endoscopy because I was having so much chest pressure and pain and things. Poor Cherise trying to get her microphone and her camera working great. But I had so many chest pains and indigestion, and it was awful. And they did an endoscopy, and there were so many little ulcers in there, they couldn't count them all. And they said that I needed to be careful of what I did and what I'm doing. Well, with God's word, we can grow cayenne peppers. Y'all, if you don't grow anything else, grow some cayenne peppers. You can do it in the house. But it didn't burn, it didn't hurt. And the capsaicin in there covers and coats everything. And it was so soothing. And I'll catch myself getting away from it. That's right. God's plan for you. That's right. And I'll catch myself getting away from just forgetting to take the cayenne pepper shots in the morning, and it comes back. So that's what I try to do, is to do that. And as far as wild yam, there was somebody in here that asked for the wild yam cream. But my label on my wild yam cream's been gone, but I still know that it's my wild yam cream. That's right. That's right. Well, y'all, I started using this really out of desperation because, again, my skin was bad. My thyroid, you can't see them that much, but right here, there's bubbles from taking steroids so much. This was swollen twice the size where your thyroid is. And I thought, if I can control that thyroid, well, mind you, I haven't stopped the thyroid medication. I did cut it in half, but I haven't stopped it completely because you need to wean your body from things. But I started using this. Now, the instructions on it's to use on your here and there and everywhere, and then stop for a week. Well, I don't stop for a week.
She said, "Ain't no breaking here."
No. And for the longest time, I was just putting it on my thyroid.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started having some soreness on my wrist. So I thought, well, I'm just going to see. I put it on my wrist. Y'all, look at this. I mean, it's unbelievable. From holding my hand like it needed to be in a cast to be able to lift things and pick stuff up is simply amazing. Then my husband got shingles when I went away to the grandkids, and I came back and I said, "How you doing?" He said, "I'm good, but I got this rash." And he pulled up his shirt, and it was a solid line of blisters that were all the way around his rib cage and up underneath his right breast. Um, oh, I can't remember the name of it. I think it's levotroxin or something. Sally wanted to know what's the name of it. Yeah, for the arthritis. I'm telling you, Miss T, it's the wild yam cream. You really, really, really need it. So I put it on his what is it called?
His shingles.
Shingles. Thank you, because I
He had shingles. Yeah.
But it's not scabies, it's shingles.
Yeah, because when you called me, y'all were about to head to the hospital.
Yep.
To
Because
get them checked out.
Shingles can be. No, I'm not completely off my thyroid meds. I do it. We have to do it gradually. Don't ever stop anything completely. But I put it on his shingles. Now, for one thing, it didn't hurt him anymore. Where it was up underneath, shingles can be horribly painful. I mean, debilitatingly painful.
Mm-hmm.
And he was not
And
in that type of pain, and dangerous. And it can move to your eyes and other areas of your body and so forth and so on. So we tried some wild yam cream. Within 3 or 4 hours, those blisters were beginning to heal already. They were drying up and forming scabs. We continued each day putting this on his rash, and he never had the pain that came with it. It healed it in a miracle time. I mean, I've never heard anybody, we talk about getting the shingles shot and getting medication for shingles, and then they're throwing all these other pharmaceuticals at you.
Mm-hmm.
And it is our Okie homestead, just misery for days. And you had shingles at 13. Oh, Heidi. Oh,
That's terrible.
but this fixed it. Now, yeah, around the nerve line is very painful. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he didn't get that far because luckily we went to our apothecary and grabbed out this wild yam cream. Now, I also have a time where I had a bad cold a couple of weeks ago, lasted for like 3 weeks. I was like Brownie, my little dog here, hacking up a lung. It was terrible. Pulled muscles here. I've tried a number of things. I had a knot in the muscle. Tried a number of things to try castor oil. I used castor oil packs on there, which it was a funky pack. I can tell you, you use what you got in the house
That's right.
to be able to do it. It was pretty funky, but your body hyper reacts to a lot of stuff. Our Okie, well, that's you need to change things slowly.
Yeah.
I put some of that wild yam cream on it 2 days ago because it's been tough. I haven't been able to move or pick stuff up or anything. And I did this. It's gone today. Now, y'all, maybe I was healing anyway, but I can tell you, I don't think so, because this is the only thing that I did differently is use the wild yam cream. It's just been amazing for me personally. Hey, my Bobby.
Hey, and
You running to the gym. Keep
Jan,
it my wife.
I used I used the wild yam cream from Black's Tropical Homestead that you can use. Now you got to give yourself a minute. I used it. It was like 3 or 4 days that I thought, well, what the heck? It's not going to hurt. So I'm going to give it a try. And not expecting anything, honestly, because sometimes holistic medicines take forever to get
Mhm.
in your body to start working. And I really wasn't expecting anything. And after about 3 days, I reached over and picked up a coffee cup and I went,
Wait a minute.
wait a minute.
What are you doing?
Y'all. And then I clapped my hands and I went, I can clap my hands. I couldn't drive anymore, Cherie. Because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to hold the steering wheel well enough. If something ran out in front of me or I ran into a pothole or something like that, then I was afraid that my hands weren't strong enough to hold the
hold.
steering wheel.
Yeah.
And when you start, you're going to try something new for your joints, gelatin every day. That's awesome. You take joint supplements. So, well, that's good. Our
In
Okie
case you can't take joint supplements.
cannot take joint supplements.
And that's the thing, like our body react to these synthetics so bad. And to me, that's just a sign to say, hey, you got to try some natural things. You have
Right.
to. We have to heal ourselves, because the sad part is when it comes to synthetics, they don't even tell us everything that's in it.
No.
They just tell us we need to take this. We have to go home, research, and see, what is this? What I do is I come home and I research and I see, what is this and what can I take naturally to replace this?
Right.
And we've done that now with everything. As far as my back pain, I broke my back years ago. I'm told 100% pain free,
Yeah.
100% off all blood pressure meds. Bobby was diagnosed with high blood pressure, never went on medicine. We totally reversed his diabetes. He was diagnosed with diabetes and
Yeah.
his numbers were ugly.
Yeah. They were.
And you can do it all naturally. It does take work, and we have to be patient. We got to trust God
That's right.
first
Well,
of all,
I was just
and it can be
yeah,
done.
I was talking to the Lord and I was saying, look, I can't continue. This is a never ending carousel that you get on in doctor's appointments and pharmaceuticals. And I know, Lord, that you have provided anything that I need. You've provided it for me. You have
That's
it
right.
already made. I just need to learn how to
Figure
utilize
it out. That's right. That's right. And I got to be patient,
Yes, you have to be
because how
patient.
long have you been suffering? And now I want an overnight fix? No, I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to trust you, Lord, because I've
That's right.
trusted these doctors long enough. And now I got to go back and do it the right way. And
Yeah,
he has totally blessed you.
that's right. Really, it really has. I no longer have indigestion. I've gotten the psoriasis off of my hands and feet. I do have one little spot on my heel, but the rest of it is great. And I don't have the pain from the arthritis that's going on. I can do all kinds of things now, and I'm so grateful. And it's all natural stuff, which won't hurt you regardless. Last week I took the Keon South. I think the wild yam, the pain away, mix it all together and rub it in whatever hurt. And boy, let me tell you, it went through my body. And Sherry and Bobby told me, "Uh-oh, you went in a detox." And that's
That's
right. You
right.
didn't know a detox.
You should push
Yeah,
it on out.
yeah. Castor oil will give you a good detox.
Yeah.
And
Because every time somebody asks me, they like my cousin, she had surgery and she was taking pain pills and not moving around much because she just had surgery. She
yeah.
said, she texted me one night. She said, "Cuz, I'm constipated.
Hmm.
What do I do?" And I said, "Drop some castor oil in your navel and let
Right,
me know how you feel in the morning." And
right.
that next morning, I was laughing. She said, "Whoo!" I put that castor oil in my navel, and there she blew.
There you go.
All natural. You don't even have to drink it.
Oh yeah, no, I don't drink it. I mean, I did as a child. My
Yes.
mama said, "Oh, you got a stomach ache? Here, take a spoonful of this."
Ooh.
And it
Yeah.
was, oh my goodness, it was terrible. And my older sisters had it worse than I did.
Yeah.
With
So,
cayenne
have
pepper.
you talked to your doctor about how you feel now and what you are doing? Because I know sometimes our doctors are not so open to herbs because
They're
it's
not.
all about money. For the
Hmm.
most part, it's all about money. But how did does your doctor know that you're using wild yam or that you're feeling better or anything? Because you had an appointment.
I've told them. I had an appointment with the rheumatologist
Mhm.
on November the 14th or something like that. It wasn't that long ago. And I told him that that's what, in fact, y'all, for his nurse, I gave her a gift of the calendula oil and the cayenne oil. I sit here because she doesn't like donuts. I wanted to give her some donuts, but she doesn't like them because she's trying to lose weight. So I gave her a gift of that. And I tell him every time. And he goes, uh-huh, just don't stop. And writing out another prescription. We're going to try this too. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So um, wish I had time to tell you all the medicine I was allergic to because of my body. The medicine took 6 months to build up in my body before I discovered the problems were coming and being allergic to it. This goes to show the allergic reaction doesn't always show up right away. And that's right, Becky, it doesn't. And I tried castor oil in that navel. Boy, it should get you moving. Yeah,
yes.
if you're not used to it, I use it just about every night because castor oil in my belly, in my little navel, big belly, helps me sleep. It helps
Yes,
me sleep better, helps me rest better. But you got to get good castor oil. You can't
yes,
get the cheap stuff. You have to
yeah.
get really good.
You do.
Um,
Oh, I had a bottle here. I guess Bobby said that's my bottle.
But y'all, as far as the wild yam, I mean, I've had this a while. I still have a lot, but I just barely touch my finger on it and get just a little teeny bit. You can
Hmm.
see that. And I just stick it right here on my thyroid. And, you know, Cherie and Bobby do have instructions on their bottles, and like I said, I do it the Aunt Dale way.
That's right, and it worked. But and you're using it in more ways than just on
Correct.
these pressure points that
Right.
are stated on the bottle, such as your inner wrist, your inner thigh, your breast, your belly, your thyroid. You always use it on your thyroid area,
Always.
but
Mm-hmm.
you also rub it on your hands, like
Yep.
you said, on Worth's back or
Towards
wherever
the
it
back.
need to go.
Mm-hmm. And he had some pulled muscles on his back just this past week, lifting some things down out of our daughter's attic. And I had, we'd had some natural cures that were helping, but not having it go away completely. So I said, well, let's try the wild hemp cream. Worked on everything else. It doesn't hurt you. So I put that on there. And he was out mowing the lawn and raking the leaves that afternoon. So I I can't tell you anything except for how it's worked for me.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's the thing with natural. We can only give testimonies of how they work for us, and that's why we ask. Even I tell you, being a new small business owner, to ask
yeah,
for testimonies and reviews on your products, because that help other people understand what is it doing for you, because some things we don't have a clue. Like
right.
when you said shingles, and I was like, oh, that can be
Yeah,
terrible, and you said, but no,
it
the
was
wild
great.
yam can help with that.
It did.
um so when we give these testimonies, even with your products, that do help people
Yeah,
tremendously. Like we used pain away oil on Kayla's shoulder because she hurt her shoulder. Even
right.
though I rubbed it on her neck and down her back a little bit, and it helped with her vertigo, but we didn't know that until we tried it. And she said, that totally helped with my vertigo,
Right.
which we had no clue that happened. So when we share these testimonies with each other, it helped people. Natural is the best way. A lot of our
Absolutely.
foods hurt us, and a
Yeah.
lot of these meds hurt us.
That's right. That's exactly right. It reversed the vertigo, Kayla. That's amazing. Now, Summer is asking what brand of castor oils are okay. Um, and I
We
don't,
use we mainly use the Heritage Store brand. Um, that brand you can get off Amazon. It's in a amber jar. It's hexene free.
uh-huh.
Um,
Cold
that's a
press.
good one. Cold press.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one that we love. It's nice and thick, so
That's
and it's
right.
easy to get. We can also find it in our Whole Food store or our
Well,
herb
that's
shop
good because we
downtown.
don't have herb shops here. And so it's difficult. I always have to order mine, but
Yeah,
we get the same kind. Oh,
yeah,
thank you, Celeste. That's so awesome. So come
yeah.
say hi to me at Andale Homestead. You need a gallon of paint away. I told Cherie when I was starting to take that paint away stuff, I said, I need to take a bath in that stuff. It's just amazing. It's
It's amazing. We depended on meds for a long time,
yeah,
and what made me go a little further was I was tired of hurting, and I felt
right,
like I was cheating my husband out of his life because I'm hurting. He always took his time and, let's sit down, or, oh, your back hurting. Soon as when we walking and he see me grab my back, he said, your back hurting, let's go sit down. I felt
right,
like, man, I'm robbing him of his life because I'm hurting. So what do I do to fix myself? Because I've been to therapy, I've had surgery, all these pain pills and patches and rubs, and we decided, let's do some research. Well, who would have known that, we messed up a whole lot. It took months to formulate that pain away oil, but once we got it, we were like, okay,
right. That's
well, it's
right.
time to offer it to the world. And that's what I told you.
Yep.
That calendula oil and that cayenne oil is amazing, and
Yes.
it would only be right because we are doing the Lord's work to
Yeah.
offer it to other people, because it's amazing and it can heal.
And that is, I've told y'all that some of my friends and family said that. And Cherie said, Anne, you're not doing anyone any favors by not sharing what you have done and letting other people have an opportunity to get some. And I said, but I can't give it to everybody. She said, I know you need a website so that they can order it for their family. Wish I knew about the wild yam cream for shingles. Yeah. Oh, it was
Yeah.
very painful. But Jeanette, it was amazing. You need to get in the tub, Heidi, with your pain away. I get in there. Topical oil castor oil has helped me.
Okay.
When I get in the tub, I put, and there's something else I thought about possibly sharing. There's some things that I put in my tub. I'm a I'm a bathtub person, and there's some things that I put in there. The magnesium we
Hmm.
put in there, and then some other herbs that help with pain and inflammation. It's inflammation is what the deal
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about trying to bag up some of that maybe soon. I haven't gotten that yet. But good morning, Rosie. Good morning. So I really wanted an opportunity to be able to come up and meet everyone and say hello to all you sweet people out there. How do I order this cream? You go to blackstropical.com, or if you need some calendula oil, I did have Sheree, I've had two different emails. That's really good. I've only been doing this for about 3 weeks. And one woman wrote me that got some of the calendula oil because it's really good. My grandchildren, one of them particularly swells like crazy if she's bitten by a mosquito
Hmm.
or something like that. And wh- I missed what the cayenne pepper oil is for. It's for a pain relief, like a icy hot or a
Yeah.
Bengay,
That's what
something.
I call it. It's a natural tiger balm.
There you go, natural tiger balm.
Yeah.
It's more like that. So I put some of the calendula oil on their bug bites. They don't scratch; it goes right away. I gave some to one of our neighbors, and he said, "Oh, you're Dr. Dale, Dr. Dale. I love that." Oh, thank you, Celeste. Which Cherie and I are kindred spirits. I can tell you that. That's for sure.
Yes. Yeah. We've been glued to the hip since we met.
Yes, she tries to take
Oh,
care of this old lady, and this old lady tries to tell her what to do, but I mean that doesn't work. It's no more than for my own children,
well, we
because
try to help each other.
we do.
It's a big world out here, and like I said, we've been knowing you now about 3.5 years,
Yeah,
and watching each other grow. It's been
thank you.
amazing. So when Pyro Granny came on the scene,
The
I
big red.
said, "Oh, she got it now."
Yeah.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
Uh-oh, I didn't call him first. Usually I call Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. I usually call them first and say, I'm getting ready to go live.
Yeah.
But I didn't want him to feel obligated. We help each other so much in these communities and stuff, and I didn't want him to have to still look after me. I
Yeah.
have a hard time with fasts. Blood sugar levels don't like it. Okay, gotcha.
So when Bobby got his diagnosis of diabetes, we did some intermittent fasting. Like we wouldn't eat early. It might be noon or 1 o'clock before we would eat the first meal. The first few days we did that, and I think that helped his body reset. But then we went cold turkey, cut
Right.
out everything, and just had our healthy fats, beans and lentils, and a little bit of tomato and
Taco soup.
taco soup. That was it. I made taco soup one day, and he said I can eat that every day. I was like, we can do this, and he can eat taco soup every day, and he still do eat his taco soup.
Yeah,
Uh oh.
he does. And y'all need to go check out the video that Cherie made of making that taco soup. It looks good, but you know what? I have never strained my beans as often as you do. And maybe that's
So
why they give me indigestion.
so a lot of people say I like beans, but they give me gas so bad.
Yeah.
Gas is in your liquid. So that's why I strain it so much, because I would rather dump the gas down the drain than
Yeah.
in my body. I'm sure Bobby doesn't want to have to sleep with me, and I don't want to have to sleep with him. bad
Yeah,
enough we're gonna deal with Thor. But
that's right.
if you wash them 2 or 3 times, that foam in the top, that's all your gas and ingestion. So you just clean them,
Okay.
you just
I
dump
mean,
it.
that sounds great. There's another, Cherie, do you mind if I talk about, there's one more thing I wanted to share with everyone as far as on the website. This very limited, but
Yes.
it would make a wonderful Christmas gift if you would like, because my Uncle Wayne makes crooked spoons, he calls them. He hand carves spoons and, sits at his den, hand carving them, sands them down, and coats them. And I have a couple of samples here.
You got
Uh,
a one of a kind.
and they are one of a kind. No two are alike. But he makes these spoons, and they're just like a piece of art, and very, very limited. I just have a few. Oh, good. Jesse put your taco soup recipe in there because Heidi was asking for that. So Heidi, there's the
Oh,
taco
thank you,
soup
Jesse.
recipe. And but they're just beautiful. And he makes pushers. And look at her scratching her back. He's got a back scratcher. That's right. And all these types of things. What is calendula oil good for? Okay. And so I do have those spoons. They're very, very limited. And don't let me forget to come back to that, what calendula oil
Calendula
is.
oil. Okay, I'll
Mhm.
start.
All right. Because I've also done, and let's see if I, this is my cute little box that I already have ready to go. Anyway, it's called a garden in a globe.
Hmm.
And for those of us that don't know where to start, I mean, you've got 5 million different types of seeds out there. And maybe you're starting a new garden. Maybe you're just don't want to go through your 400,000 seeds that you already have and you need something. And I have a little thing that's called a garden in a globe. And inside here are little packets of seeds. And each one comes with like Roma tomatoes, straight egg cucumbers, snap beans, frosty peas, Aunt Hetty's red okra, and Swiss chard. So you have a lot of stuff that will get you started. And that's
Yeah,
on the website as well.
yeah.
So
Hey,
there's
Aunt Mildred.
hey, how you doing? Is that your aunt that I met at Soul Family?
Yep, that is my aunt.
She was a lot of fun. She helped me feel safe and walked to the ladies' room with me, and then came and
That
sat out on the dance floor.
that's the good thing about Soil Family. Nobody is alone
That's
ever.
right. That's
So
right.
you have your oils, your
Calendula.
Uncle Wayne one of a kind pushers. Y'all won't get these. This is just our back. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be Bobby's back scratcher, but I hung it on the wall so it's out of sight, out of mind,
Yeah.
so he
Yep.
won't lose it. Um, and you have your garden in the globe, which I think is amazing, especially for new gardeners because you have it all in one.
Yeah.
That's a very, very good idea. And these things can be found at
Yep.
endelhomestead.com.
That's right. It
So if you
does.
have purchased Andel's products, definitely give her a review because that helps other people know what these products can do. So
It
that will
does.
take us back to this question.
And Cynthia, the calendula oil, it is calendula that is infused in castor oil. I just call it calendula oil because the castor oil is really a carrier. And what that does, it helps with any skin issues, any kind of skin issues. I happen to have, as the rest of us know, psoriasis, and I had it really bad on my hand where it would break and crack and bleed. And now, if you can see, it's almost completely gone. I have a few scars, feels like a callus there now, but my other hand is completely healed. It also, I'll tell you, one of the emails that I received from a girl that used the calendula oil. She said, Miss Ann, I got that oil and then I was using my hair straightener and burned my head with the straightener. I grabbed your calendula oil and I put it on there because it was burning like fire. I put it on there and it stopped burning right away. Then she put some more on the night before she went to bed. She put a little more calendula oil on there and it never blistered. It never scarred. She said she woke up the next morning and couldn't see it.
Wow.
So that's really awesome. It does help with burns and things like that. Now, we're not instead of a doctor. We want you to consult your doctor.
Yeah. Go see what's going on with. I always say that. I will never tell you not to go to the doctor. Go see what's going on with you. Get your checkups like regular. But there are always God's medicines that can heal us and keep us going after we figure out, is there anything going on? Because it may not be anything going on. And I tell people about the castor oil in your navel. A lot of people say, well, I don't have no issues. Well, that may be one way to keep them away is drop that castor oil in your navel. It's not going to hurt you. It'll only help you. Bobby thought he didn't have any issues, but I knew his sleep patterns were off.
Yeah.
He didn't realize how bad it was until he dropped castor oil in his navel.
It's just 3 little drops, y'all. You put it in there and you could just rub it around. It's not like you have to like put a cotton ball and a Band-Aid over your belly button or anything. It's good for anything that squeaks. That's right.
Yeah.
That kind of oil. But
y'all definitely check out Andell. Andell is strict about 30-minute lives, but
yes.
I knew we could at least keep her on here for an hour. And talk for a few minutes because, like I said in the beginning, it is very important for us to have these conversations so people will know there is something out here, and it's called a natural remedy. We have to trust God to heal ourselves.
That's right.
Through the help of God, He's already provided us with everything we need to heal us and keep us well. We just need to know what it is.
We've gotten away from understanding how to utilize all the things that are already here.
Yes.
There may be some things now that will have to grow. You don't have to be in the Navy in order to use it in your navel. He's full of it today, isn't he? He's a mess. We must have talked him up because he's one of the ones, excuse me, that helped me with my printer, sort of.
Yeah.
He was trying.
I was like, hot potato, Jesse got it. And Jesse was like, no, I don't want it.
And he's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Nikki, so I go live right often, and Andell doesn't go live anymore yet as often as I do. But we're gonna try to encourage her to go live more, to have these conversations that can help people. So while I'm live, I always get questions like this. What helps with diabetes? And even though we've talked about it 2 or 3 times, people are always back and forth in lives, and we do leave our lives up for people to listen to them. And sometimes I do have to end the live, but sometimes I will take questions and just repeat myself because, again, it'll help somebody. And I feel like if we can help just one person,
that's right,
at least one person, we have done something. So Nikki asked what helps with diabetes. What we did to reverse diabetes was diet, changed our diet. We totally cut out all carbs, bread, anything, pizza. You have to be careful with soups, fruit, no fruit. Actually, I say no fruit, no vegetables, no anything. What my husband ate for about a good 6 weeks was all meat and beans and a little bit of tomato. And that reversed his diabetes. He do eat eggs, but you can eat all the meat you want. You just have to give yourself a hard reset. And the sad part about the United States is they put things in our food, in our products, and they don't have to tell us. I always say I think that's a complete crime because I'm buying something that say no high fructose syrup and it's loaded with it, and I'm trying to stay away from it. So it's hard to believe these labels when you see them in the store. So you almost have to take charge. You have to take charge yourself, change your entire diet, get you some clean meats, and pretty much eat clean meat. Healthy fats
That's right.
and meat are good. A good way to reverse diabetes.
And you can slowly integrate some things
Back.
back in,
Yes,
but
so that's what we're doing now. Now that we have his blood sugar levels under control, um, we I'm starting to add little things back. But Bobby loved bread. He loves sandwiches. What I refuse to do is go to the store and buy a loaf of bread. I think a lot of people say, he said, and the flour. A lot of people say, oh, it's the sugar. So what I do know is there's something greater than sugar that affect us all, and it's called flour. My husband said it here in the chat. Um, we lean and we look at sugar as it's the biggest misfit in the world, but it's actually the flour, and they put flour in everything, which is ruining our systems. We
right.
have this hybridized flour that we have been using forever.
That's right.
And we think, well, let me get a better grade of flour, or let me get wheat flour. We need things that sit 55 and below on the glycemic index chart. So if you Google glycemic index, it'll tell you the numbers. You need foods that are 55 and less. Even though we cut everything out, when I started adding things back to my husband, I know, but he can eat berries because they sit in the 20s. He can eat guava because they sit in the 20s. You need to stay away from banana or very little banana because it's too high, 50s, high 50s. Well, sugar on the glycemic index is 59 on the glycemic index. I think it is 59. And then there's white wheat because most people eat white bread.
Right.
White bread sit 70, 62 or somewhere around there in the 60s on the glycemic index. So it's a step above sugar,
Yeah.
which most people say sugar is bad, but there's white flour that's bad, worse than sugar.
Right.
But then there is wheat flour because a lot of people say, I got to stay away from white bread. So let me get wheat bread, which is brown bread, which sit higher on the totem pole at 72 or 76 or something. And the reason for that is because it's hybridized and you're using more of the wheat product in that bread, which make it worse than sugar. So sugar isn't your worst, but you should cut it all out until you can get your A1C back down. And then when you do add stuff, you need to go to stuff like ancient grains. Even with your pastas, your rice, be careful with rice, be careful with breads. But when you add stuff back, be careful with fruit. You want to make sure you stay below 55 on the glycemic index, and that'll help with your blood sugar levels.
That's right.
So
yeah,
Ezekiel bread is the best brand you can buy in the store, but you still have to be careful because they have to put chemicals and preservatives in there so that they can package it and sell it, and you can get it home. So the preservatives aren't good for us either.
No, they're not. And my mama lived to be 92 and was still, excuse me, she was still exercising, went to strength training classes once a week, walked down 4 flights of stairs every single day. She rode the elevator back up, but she did walk down 4 flights of stairs every single day. She was in the regional senior spelling bee club. And she said that's because she didn't eat wheat. She never ate wheat. And that her brain was still good and still functioning.
Yeah.
Multigrain bread is better than whole wheat.
So multigrain bread, they say, is better. But again, what we should look at is probably adopting some of the ways in different countries where most things in the United States are banned because of the ingredients in it. So they'll put multigrain because you'll say, oh, multigrain got to be good. But then in the hidden ingredients, the little part where you know you got 4 eyes, but then you like,
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Because I can't see what it say. They put it in really, really small print because you're gonna say, you know what? I don't even know what that H2K is. I don't
Right.
even know what these +2. What is that? They know that you're gonna automatically say, I don't know what it is. So you still got to be careful with the multi-grain, and they will mix it with the hybridized flour. So we
Right.
switched over to ancient wheat, which is the original wheat. This is what God created and not man.
Right.
When man come along and say, oh, I can do that better because it's going to make you more money, that's when things are messed up. So we have to go back to God's way and get away from what we have been accustomed to for so long.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. Well, I love it that everybody, thank you, ladies. You're teaching an old dog new tricks. That sounds wonderful. Rye or pumpernickel, my grandparents always ate in Germany. And, you
Yeah.
know, when we made our own all the time, Cherie makes her own bread every week and she's using the ancient grain now.
hmm
How is the bread with the ancient grain that you're using?
Bobby love it. It is a little different working with ancient grains, and I mill my own as I go.
Right.
So we keep it in wheat or in berry form until I get ready to use it. And I just grind it up and make my own flour, and then I make my bread. But
Okay.
this wheat give everything so much more flavor. It is a little mild, nutty flavor. I don't care for nuts like almonds and pecans and stuff, but it's not that type of flavor. But it give it a lot of flavor, and your
Oh,
nutrients are there for sure. But
okay.
Bobby absolutely loved everything, and we've done cakes and muffins. He loved muffins, but he definitely loved the lemon pound cake and all these things I had
Okay.
taken from him over
Right.
the last few months. And now I'm able to introduce it back to his system because we spending a little more money. The grains are not cheap, and
Right.
we have compared prices at places like Azure Standard compared to the what we paid. But I told him that, I said, I think for the quality that we getting of wheat, we might as well stay where we at. I don't mind paying extra money for it, long as it's gonna treat our system right. Our body
Right.
recognize it and can break it down. So
Yeah. Well,
it's
I mean,
great.
that's so interesting to me. And I call Cherie my very favorite scientist anyway. She is always creating and learning and doing something new, which
Yeah,
is wonderful. So,
yeah. I even told him the other day, I said, oh, I'm gonna make us some coffee creamer. I'm just trying to figure out what flavor. So I get
well,
some milk going in a little while and make homemade
okay.
coffee creamer.
Well, you might, I don't know, Lazy Days Ahead got the corner market on that
Coffee
Valencia
creamer.
or yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I need. I'm all out. I ran out in one of my videos the other day. I was like,
Yeah.
maybe I should pour a half and keep the other drop.
Well,
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
made some homemade vanilla flavoring
I
though, right?
did, I did, and that's what I'm using now. Even though Jesse got not Jesse, Lisa got me a package because that's the shipping department. So I gotta
That's
give
right.
her credit.
That's
Got us
right.
a bottle on the way. So, but
Awesome.
yes, so
Deborah Scott says, is dark chocolate okay to eat or just stay away
yes,
from sweets?
dark chocolate is the best for you to eat.
Hmm.
Yes,
And I mean, there are those of us that are food addicts and we can't eat just one little piece of chocolate. But
yes,
if you can find a way that you can have like one little piece of dark chocolate, or even if you have a dark chocolate bar and you just have just the top bar, make it last a few days.
yeah.
It's
Everything
not
in
gonna hurt
moderation.
you. Not gonna hurt
Yes,
you.
yeah. Hey,
Hey,
Karen.
Karen. I'm glad to see you, honey.
Yes.
So,
So again, Andel Homestead, y'all make sure y'all check her out. Go over and support her. Check out her new website.
yes,
Again, we are so proud of you
thanks.
for jumping off the deep end with us. We crazy over here.
I did. I did. I jumped right in that pool with
Yep.
you and Bobby.
Yep. I did have she had one floater on, But I think Bobby popped it and we got her on in. So now we got the website up and running. So y'all go shop and check out Andale's products. It's been amazing. Karen been spring cleaning. She's spring cleaning.
Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo.
So, and check out, you can find Andale across all platforms. She is Pyro Granny on TikTok. Am I correct?
I just recently changed that back to Andale Homestead.
Andale Homestead.
Yeah.
Because let me tell y'all, this woman can teach you how to be ready. I would love for her to teach us. Put it back out there because after Hurricane Helene, that made me realize we need to pay attention, but we need these be readies because it's something always. It's getting ready to get cold. It's already cold, and people need to know how to light that fire. And you can definitely.
And, you know, it's we have spent time personally where the only heat we had in the house were little the little tea lights in a plate, and that's not a wonderful way to go. Oh, look at you! Look at you!
I make cream of the ma. I love that vanilla. So y'all make sure y'all check out Andale Homestead. Her website is andelehomestead.com.
There we go.
Her shipping department is working like a well-oiled machine now. So I am proud of you. I am proud of all the self-healing you have done. You have kicked arthritis butt. You have kicked thyroid. You kicking tail over there, and I'm proud of you.
I'm kicking it so I can keep kicking.
That's right. That's right. It may not be 100%, but naturally you have done way more than what the doctors were able to get you to do.
When my mother was 92, my Aunt Peg is 85, and when they can move better than you can at 65, we need to do a little work. What's wrong with this picture?
Yeah. But that's all right. You're gonna be able to keep up with them this week with no infusions. Because last year you got infusions right before Thanksgiving, so you could get through dinner.
So that I could be functional. And now I just need to make sure I have my little jar of wild yam cream with me at all times.
That's right. And you gotta hide it too, because I hear your wild yam cream will disappear.
It took a trip. Yeah. My wild yam cream decided to go visiting to the daughter's house. And she went, "Oh, Mama, I accidentally got your other jar of wild yam cream at my house. I probably need to give it back." And I said, "Well, I have some right now. I'm going to order some more. It's okay."
Yes.
Because she uses it a lot.
Good. So you can find her at Andale Homestead. Let me see. Let me take this down. Andale Homestead. Miss Ann, you got a package at the P.O. box right now.
Okay. I'm going to have to get off here and go see what prizes I got in that post office. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So thank y'all for listening to us. Yeah. Flap our jaws like we like to do. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. You did good, Andale.
Thank you.
As you know, Bobby and I love and appreciate you.
I love you guys both.
All that you do for us, because you keep us sane.
Well, try to share a little bit of wisdom, but they've got it going on over there. They already have their wisdom intact. So
Tuesday, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, please.
Andale Homestead.
Yes. 11 Eastern Standard Time, and it's just. I mean, I try to catch up with what has been going on the homestead during the week and share some positivity. And hopefully I'll have a sweet little story that might touch your life. I do enjoy doing that.
Yes, I like the story times.
Good. That's good.
We need more. So y'all have an amazing day. Thank you all for listening. Thanks for all the thumbs up, the shares, and just being here. We appreciate you. These stories, these testimonies, they do help one another. We want you to heal. Everything doesn't work the same way for everybody. Right. But if we give it time, if we trust in God and give it time, there is no doubt in my heart that it will not work.
And Cherie, thank you so much for inviting me to come over here with you. I needed you. and you were a good buddy today, and I appreciate you for
I'm
helping
here.
me and
I was like,
talking.
let me throw some more squash. I had to cook my squash in 2 pots.
Uh-oh.
So I cooked half and then I threw the other. That's why I keep going, cutting my camera off so I can run and check the squash.
Oh
Cause
my gosh, you've got to go. She's got 10,000 things to do today. And apparently I need to make a trip to the post office. So
that's right. That's right. And you need to pack and rest up. Hey, David Hunt, because you're
thank
taking
you.
the trip. So it
Yep.
is Thanksgiving week. We did get some packages out. Just be patient with mail because y'all know it's the holidays, but this
Yes.
week is a short week because of the holidays. So if you
Yes.
celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy this time with your loved ones. Definitely enjoy this time with your loved ones and don't take anything for granted. Just know that you are special, you are important, and you are blessed.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
But you say something when you in your lives.
I
That's what I
do.
want to end with.
Okay. I do. I say, the Lord says, I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They're plans for good and not to harm you. They're plans for hope and a future. Love you all. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Cherie.
You're welcome.
Bye bye now.